Governor Greg Gianforte is a friendly colleague of mine. I last saw him in the backyard of his wonderful house at a fundraiser for school choice, and he and his wonderful wife are just huge proponents of school choice. And now he's a proponent of bringing tax relief to Montanans, and I wanted to ask him about that. So he joins me this morning. I'm going to talk about taxes and Tester. Good morning, Governor. How are you?
Hugh, it's good to be with you. Thanks for having me on.
Well, let's start with taxes. I had no idea that Montana's income tax was 6.75%. That's higher than Virginia. And of course, that's 6.7% higher than Texas, Florida, and Tennessee and Arizona. Don't you feel like that's putting your state at a competitive disadvantage?
Well, when I came into office 2 years ago, we had 16 years of Democrats in office. It was a little bit of cleanup on aisle 4.
Yeah.
So we've been working. 2021, we lowered it. It was 6.9%. We took it to 6.75%. But we were fiscally responsible with our budget, and I think in stark contrast to Biden's reckless spending, last week we announced we're delivering the largest tax cut in state history, over $1 billion going back to Montanans. They should keep more of what they earn. And so we've gotten it now down to 5.9%, but that's just a down payment on moving it lower as we continue to move forward.
What is the goal, Governor? Would you like to be an income tax-free state so you can compete with other income tax-free states?
Well, we have no sales tax here, and the people of Montana have voted many times not to have a sales tax. So my goal is to get it below 5%. I think football games are won with 3 to 5 yard plays, and we just scored a touchdown, so it's time to huddle up and run some more plays.
Talk to me about the other big issue in the state, school choice in Montana. That's what brought you and me together the first time, is school choice. And the late Foster Freeze was an apostle of it. It's burgeoning everywhere. Are you bringing it to Montana? Is there any hope for that?
We got an initial plan, Big Sky Scholarships. This is a tax credit scholarship. Here in Montana, if you're willing to write a check to a scholarship granting organization, you get a 100% tax credit up to $200,000. So anyone that wants to support parental choice in education doesn't pay any state taxes here. Now, we did in the current legislature. We're very blessed here, Hugh, that our legislature only meets for 90 days every 2 years. So I get a bite at the apple every 2 years. We have legislation in front of the legislature right now that would significantly increase the cap on that program. That'll give options to more parents and more kids.
Governor, tell me something. Is Yellowstone got anything to do with the Montana you know?
Well, the scenery's legit.
Having been to Montana a few times with our mutual friend Jan Gennara, I just know that it's nothing like that. It's kind of a bizarre place politically. And that brings me to John Tester, Senator Tester, who's declared for re-election. Why does Montana have a blue senator and has had a blue senator forever when it's one of the reddest states in the union?
Well, we're more purple than red. I mean, if you go back to 2012, 7 of 8 statewide elected offices were Democrat. Today, 8 of 9 are Republican. So we've been getting red, and John Tester's the last Democrat to hold statewide office here in Montana. I think Montanans have spoken clearly. Last couple of elections, Republicans have won every single statewide elected office. They want a conservative senator, and we'll have an opportunity in 2024.
Are you considering that race, Governor?
No.
Okay, so Ryan Zinke. Ryan Zinke is, right?
Stay tuned, Hugh. We've been, my good friend Senator Daines, we worked together in the high-tech business for 12 years, and now he serves in the U.S. Senate. We raised our kids together. We've been talking with various people here in the state, but we need a strong candidate. Ryan Zinke, certainly a good representative. We have Matt Rosendale. There are others who might potentially run for that, and you'll just have to stay tuned. Hey, Hugh, I want to mention one other thing, if I can. In addition to given the largest tax cut in state history, we did something else historic last week. When we got done giving $1 billion back to all the people of Montana, we still had money left over. So we paid off all our state debt. Montana is now debt-free. We have no debt on the books.
That's remarkable. How's your pension fund for your state employees? Is it solvent?
Well, It is in reasonable shape. We paid off all the general obligation debt, and we've been taking steps to make sure our pension fund is strong as well. But this move is going to save Montanans over $40 million over the next 2 years, just in principal and interest payments.
You know, one of my wife's very best friends just left California for Montana, moved to Bozeman. And I think you're going to find a lot more blue state refugees heading up to Big Sky country, not because of Yellowstone, but because it's a good government, well run by serious people. But boy, I hope you and Senator Daines clear the field. Tell me who it is. I don't know who it is. Find us one candidate like Jim Banks in Indiana. We don't need internecine warfare among Republicans. We need to beat John Tester. Is he beatable?
Yes.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Montanans want a conservative senator. He goes to Washington. He votes with Chuck Schumer. Those are not Montana values.
Governor, good luck in clearing the field. That will be a great work. Well done. And I appreciate your joining me this morning. Keep coming back. Governor Greg Gianforte of Montana.